अ, जो मैंने आपको भेजा है वो पिक्चर।
हाँ, जो भी प्लान है आप पूरा अभी पहले डिस्कस कर लेते हैं, फिर
हाँ
कपिल जी को क्या लगता है, मैं
तो
क्या सोच रहा हूँ, फिर हम बातें करेंगे।
हाँ, पोस्टर्स तो मैं थोड़ा बाद में ये करूंगी।
ठीक है।
पहले टॉपिक जो है वो फ्री टेम्पल्स का के बारे में, लेकिन मीन्स पहले मैं सोची थी कि वी कैन डिस्कस अबाउट द प्रॉब्लम्स। Free
हम्म।
temples, yeah, everyone wants free temples, but what are the problems when we free temples? What are the problems, and what we have to address it before temples? We fight for free temples.
हाँ, वो चीज कपिल जी भी थोड़े दिन पहले 3-4 दिन
हाँ, जो
पहले
उन्होंने,
कर रहे थे।
हाँ वो उन्होंने क्वेश्चंस डाले थे वो।
हाँ, तो इस बारे में मैंने 2-3 और लोगों की बातें देखी हैं। एक तो ये हैं इधर कपिल मिश्रा जी, फिर सदगुरु, अर्नब। तो ज़्यादातर लोग बता रहे हैं कि जो भी लोकल कम्युनिटीज़ हैं वहाँ पे वी कैन इजीली ट्रेन पीपल टू बिकम अर्चकास। मतलब यदि मंदिर है तो उसका केयर करने का ट्रेनिंग किसी के लिए भी हो सकती है, फॉर एनीबडी हु इज इंटरेस्टेड। एंड यूजुअली जो भी गांव है या जो भी जगह है उधर के लोकल लोग ही रहें तो बेस्ट होगा। तो जो भी टेम्पल फ्री होता है उन लोगों को
Actually,
किसी ना किसी को वो
I
चीज सीखनी होगी। एंड दैट।
मुझे एक बात बतानी थी। मुझे पता नहीं कि नॉर्थ में कैसे होता है। जनरली एटलीस्ट यहाँ पे लोकली या फिर कर्नाटका में जो होता है, दीक्षा लेते हैं। जैसे रिलेटिव में ही एक मेरा कजन ब्रदर, एक ऐसे कजन कजन ब्रदर, ओके। तो ही टुक दीक्षा इन हिज एंगेज।
ओके।
फिर दीक्षा जब लेते हैं, दे स्टार्ट ट्रेनिंग देम टू बिकम गुरु। गुरु इन द सेंस लाइक टेम्पल का, मठ का जो
मंदिर का
ये हो,
केयर टेकर।
हाँ, केयर टेकर की तरह पूरा वो सारा संभालते हैं। इवन पूजा भी करते हैं। जब लोग बुलाते हैं अपने उनके घर में, तो वो वहां पे भी जाके प्रार्थना करते हैं। एंड पूरा देखभाल करना, पूरे मठ का देखभाल करना उनके अंडर आ जाता है तब। तब व्हेन दे टेक द दीक्षा,
ओके।
देन इन दैट आल्सो देयर आर रैंकिंग्स कि हेड जो होते हैं वो अलग होते हैं, फिर उनके नीचे ऐसे। बट वो ट्रेनिंग के तरह के से ही होता है द मोमेंट दे टेक द दीक्षा। But currently it is like Brahmin community will give it to only Brahmin community. It's not open because मठ जो होते हैं, they follow lot of rituals, and they follow lot of abstinence. They follow a lot of abstinence, like no eating meat, no eating garlic, no eating onion, no doing that, no doing this. Basically their focus will be totally different.
ओके।
So they feel that if they come from different community, the upbringing will be different.
लेकिन ब्राह्मण वाला जो ये डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है, इसके कारण अभी बहुत लोग, मुझे तो एक्चुअली फर्स्ट हैंड, बाजू में मेरा दोस्त है वो कल बोला कि उसके फैमिली के अंदर लाइक हिज एंसेस्टर्स हैं, बहुत बड़ा चाचा मामा फूफा बहुत सारे लोग हैं, ऑलमोस्ट 60 मेंबर्स। तो उनमें से अराउंड 30-40% पीपल हैव गॉटन कन्वर्टेड बिकॉज उनको बहुत डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हो रहा है। मतलब उनको टेम्पल्स में एंट्री नहीं मिलती है, या उनको ऐसे भी बहुत लोग करते हैं ना, हमारे रास्ते में मत आओ, रास्ते में आ गए तो तो इतना डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हो रहा कि उनके 30-40% लोग नाउ दे आर कन्वर्टेड टू क्रिश्चियंस और मुस्लिम्स बिकॉज ब्राह्मण्स उनको डिस्क्रिमिनेट कर रहे हैं। तो दैट इज अ वेरी बिग चैलेंज। यदि हम सिर्फ ये सोचते रहेंगे, हम नहीं पर कोई भी, एनीबडी हु डिस्क्रिमिनेट्स, लोग उनके पास से भाग जाएंगे।
डेफिनेटली। अब
तो मेरा तो
एक्चुअली
बाजू में
थिंग्स आर,
बैठा है वो फ्रेंड, वो उसी ने मुझे कल ही बताया कि बहुत सारे लोग कन्वर्ट हो गए उनके, और उनके खुद के फैमिली में। और अब वो लोग खुद ही बोलते हैं कि अब हमारे घर में ब्राह्मण्स परमिटेड ही नहीं, वी डोंट अलाउ ब्राह्मण्स इन आवर हाउस बिकॉज वी हैव बीन डिस्क्रिमिनेटेड बाय देम। तो ये बहुत खतरनाक, मतलब ये बहुत खराब चीज है। इफ देर इज डिस्क्रिमिनेशन स्टिल रिमेनिंग, देन इट इज अ प्रॉब्लम, इट इज अ चैलेंज फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस।
देखो मतलब मैं यहाँ पे एक बिल्ली रखना चाहता हूँ। कोई इतिहास 30 साल का होता है, कोई इतिहास 300 साल का, पर कोई इतिहास 3000 साल से भी पुराना होता है। उसको एक लैंडस्केप में और एक पिक्चर में रखना कभी कभी मुश्किल हो जाता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल ब्राह्मण, वैसे मैं ना ब्राह्मण कम्युनिटी से हूँ ना दलित कम्युनिटी में, जैन हूँ। तो हमारी कम्युनिटी में कोई कास्ट ही नहीं होती, ना जाति वर्ण होता है, ना वर्ण होता है, ना जाति होता है, ना कुछ। हमारे में सिर्फ अलग अलग प्रकार की समाजें होती हैं, जैसे कि राजस्थान की चित्तौड़ा समाज, जयपुर की खंडेलवाल समाज, मध्य प्रदेश की सिंघई समाज, जबलपुर की क्या कहते हैं जबलपुर की कोई और समाज है, यूपी की कुछ और समाज, पंजाब की कुछ और है, कर्नाटक की बहुत ज्यादा बड़ी समाज है, मैंगलोर से, मैसूर से, गोमटेश्वरा से, बेलगाम से। फिर हम नीचे की तरफ जाएंगे तो तमिलनाडु में हमारा बहुत ज्यादा, उड़ीसा में है, बंगाल। ठीक है, मैं कहना यहाँ पर ये चाह रहा हूँ कि मैं कर्नाटक के जैनियों के घर में ऐसे ही तो प्रवेश नहीं कर पाऊंगा आज की तारीख में। जैसे मैं उनके मंदिर में मुझे परमिशन हो, लेकिन उनके घर में तो मैं नहीं जा सकता। पहली बात, क्या वो जैन है तो भी मैं नहीं जा पाऊंगा। उनकी एक समाज है, वो लोग जिनके लोगों को जानते हैं, उन्हीं उन्हीं लोगों को वो एंट्री है। कमिंग बैक टू द क्वेश्चन।
नमस्ते गीता जी।
नमस्ते
गीता जी जस्ट जॉइन।
So is everyone comfortable with Hindi or should I keep English?
नहीं आप बोलिए, आप सब समझते हैं,
Everybody understand. So everyone is well conversant, right? We can go in Hindi.
हाँ आप बोलिए आराम से।
ठीक है। ब्राह्मण्स का क्या हो गया, इतने सालों में कहाँ पे चेंजेस आए, क्या चेंजेस आए, और उसके हर एक चीज के पीछे एक इतिहास है, वो आज के तारीख में बहुत कम लोगों के पास ही होते हैं। मेरे कुछ इसमें ऑब्जर्वेशन है। एक एग्जांपल, क्या हम मुंबई की एलिट क्लास के क्लब्स में डायरेक्टली एंट्री पा सकते हैं?
नमस्ते, नमस्ते टू एवरीवन।
नमस्ते गीता जी।
नमस्ते गीता जी।
नमस्ते, आफ्टर लॉन्ग टाइम अंशु जी।
बहुत दिनों बाद आपके दर्शन हो रहे हैं।
हाँ,
चलो राधिका जी और कपिल जी आप भी दर्शन दे ही दो, गीता जी प्रकट हो गई हैं।
we had a cyclonic storm yesterday and the internet was not working.
हाँ मैंने सुना बारिश हो रही, बहुत ज्यादा बारिश हो रही।
हाँ, 1 second, just 1 second.
जय श्री राम कपिल जी, आपके भी बड़े दिनों बाद दर्शन हुए।
आपके भी, आपका तिलक देखने मिला मुझे बहुत।
मेरा क्या देखने मिला, आप खुद लगा लो बैठ के, मैं सिखा दूंगा 2 मिनट।
सिर्फ लगाने से नहीं होता ना, साधना करनी पड़ती, उसको अचीव करना पड़ेगा।
पर वो शुरुआत है, मतलब एक बार लगा लीजिए, फिर थोड़ी सी वहां से प्रेरणा मिल जाएगी, क्योंकि तिलक लगाए तो अब रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। चलिए बोलिए।
चलो, अच्छा लगा सभी को देख करके।
प्रोसेस चल रही थी, हाँ बोलिए।
तो हम विषय पर आते हैं हमारे।
गीता जी यू आर ओके विथ हिंदी राइट? कपिल जी अभी ऑलरेडी एक इशू को डिस्कस कर रहे थे अबाउट टेम्पल्स। We are talking about discrimination by Brahmins against others. because
Yes.
that is also forcing some people to convert to other religions like Christianity or Muslims just because they are discriminated by Brahmins within our own. So
हाँ,
उसके बाद कपिल जी started telling about Jain Samaj. So let us hear him first what he has to say.
okay.
So I'll be quick in pointers because अगर हम 10-10 मिनट भी सभी लें तो 40 मिनट हो जाएंगे. तो लेट मी कंप्लीट इट. जैन समाज में ऐसा कोई कम्युनिटी पर्टिकुलरली अपर कास्ट लोअर कास्ट जैसा नहीं है, बट या वी हैव डिफरेंट कम्युनिटीज एंड देयर आर बैरियर्स. ओके, no one marries off their daughter to other community just because he or she is Jain. तो वहाँ पे भी बैरियर्स होते हैं, पहली बात. तो ये बैरियर हर जगह पे होते हैं. सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल, मुंबई की हम एलीट क्लास के क्लब्स में डायरेक्टली एंट्री नहीं पा सकते हैं. वहाँ की मेंबरशिप होती है, वहाँ की जान पहचान होती है. पैसे होने के बाद भी आपको रेफरेंसेस चाहिए होंगे, उनकी कम्युनिटी तक आपको अपना लेवल बनाना पड़े. तो कमिंग टू द पॉइंट कि सिर्फ ब्राह्मण्स एज सच एक ऐसी कम्युनिटी नहीं है एक्सक्लूसिवली जो ऐसा करती है. हमारी मुंबई की एलिट क्लास भी ऐसी ही है, दिल्ली की एलिट क्लास भी होगी. इनफैक्ट आदिवासी क्लास को भी हम एलिट क्लास कह सकते हैं विद दिस डेफिनेशन, बिकॉज क्या हम जंगल में जाएंगे तो वो हमें हुला हुआ हु नहीं करेंगे घूमकर हमारे खिलाफ, ये कहाँ से आया. तो वो हमारे खिलाफ डिस्क्रिमिनेशन करते हैं ना, ये तो पॉइंट है.
That means
हमने
discrimination is possible almost everywhere.
डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हर जगह हो सकता है जहाँ पर भी एक
Anybody who's not like us.
एक ग्रुप संगठित है, उसके सामने कोई भी एक नया आएगा तो वो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन का पात्र बन सकता है. इसका मतलब एक ब्राह्मण समाज को अलग थलग करने की जरूरत नहीं है. यहाँ पर आप, मैं आपको दूसरा एग्जांपल देता हूँ. महाराष्ट्र में मराठियों का जो संगठन है वो इतना तीव्र है, इतना आक्रोशित है कि आप यूपी वाले यहाँ पर कुछ उनके सोसाइटी में फंक्शन कर लोगे तो वो आपको अगेंस्ट डिस्क्रिमिनेशन कर देंगे. तो अच्छा, यहाँ पे तो वो ब्राह्मण कम्युनिटी होगी यूपी की, तब भी उसके अगेंस्ट डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हो रहा है. आप डिस्क्रिमिनेशन के कॉन्सेप्ट से जाएंगे तो वो हर जगह पे प्रेवलेंट है.
ओके, ठीक है, तो लेट्स नॉट वरी अबाउट दैट पार्ट कि कोई डिस्क्रिमिनेशन.
मेरा पॉइंट, मेरे को एक फाउंडेशन, राइट, तो मेरे को एक फाउंडेशन क्रिएट, पहला बेसिस क्रिएट करना था कि डिस्क्रिमिनेशन एलीट क्लास लोअर क्लास कह लीजिए या तो आप उसे ट्रेनिंग्स कह लीजिए. जैसे कि मैं आपको एक बात बताता हूँ, मैं एज अ जैन उस घर में पानी नहीं पीता जहाँ पे मांस इत्यादि का भक्षण होता है. जहाँ पर मांस अंडे खाए जाते हैं वहां पर मैं पानी नहीं, वहां पर मैं घर पे चले जाऊंगा, भले वो मेरा
हम लोग भी कहीं भी जाते हैं तो यही फॉलो करते हैं.
बराबर. तो मैं वहां का नहीं ग्रहण, हमारे बचपन से वो बीज बोया हुआ है. हम कहीं पर भी जाएंगे तो पहले हमको उनके, अगर वो ब्राह्मण है, लेकिन ब्राह्मण में भी आज की तारीख में हम ब्राह्मण नाम करके विश्वास नहीं कर पाते, तो पहले हम पूछ लेते हैं कि आप क्या खाते हैं, क्योंकि मुंबई में 90% ब्राह्मण खाते हैं. 90% ब्राह्मण खाते हैं. तो जब मैं अगर पूछूं पहले, तो ऐसे मुझे ठाकुर मिले जिनके घर पे सदियों से नहीं बन रहा है, तो मैं ठाकुर के यहाँ पानी पी लेता हूँ. तो इट डिपेंड. ओके, कमिंग बैक टू द क्वेश्चन, जहाँ पे ये मंदिर का क्वेश्चन है, तो मंदिर में भी ब्राह्मण्स को पूजा पाठ करने का दायित्व भी इसीलिए वो लोग दे रहे हैं कि कुछ नियम होते हैं, कुछ कानून होते हैं, कुछ धर्म होते हैं, कुछ वो जैसे ईशा के शिवलिंग पर किसी को टच करने का अधिकार तब होगा जब उसने कुछ चीजें साधनाएं की होंगी या वो कुछ नियम पालन करता होगा. जैसे शून्य क्रिया वो कर पाएगा जिसने पहले कुछ क्रियाएं कर ली हो. ये एक प्री रिक्विजिट्स है. उसी प्रकार मंदिर के सुना है. तो अगर कोई पर्सन मंदिर की भी प्राण प्रतिष्ठा कर रहा है, उसकी कुछ रीति रिवाज को फॉलो करने वाला है, तो क्या उसकी प्री रिक्विजिट फुलफिल करी है उसने? वो एक इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन बन जाता है। अब तीसरा मैं एक पॉइंट हाईलाइट करके आई सम इट अप। जब हम कहेंगे कि टेम्पल्स अलग अलग हैं और वहाँ के लोकल संस्थाएं आकर के मैनेज करेंगी, यहाँ पे बहुत 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 बड़ी कंट्रोवर्सी होगी। इसका रीजन ये है कि कौन सा संगठन करेगा? ब्राह्मण, दलित, आदिवासी, ये सब तो हिंदू है। क्या ब्राह्मण्स की रिक्वायरमेंट फुलफिल हो जाएंगी? अगर दलित करेगा तो ब्राह्मण्स को इश्यू नहीं होगा। ये इश्यू को रिजॉल्व कैसे किया जाएगा? अच्छा, तो हम कहेंगे कोई हम एक यूनिफॉर्म प्लेटफॉर्म बना लेंगे ऑल इंडिया लेवल पे, और उसके सब्सिडरी सारे स्टेट्स में होंगे, जैसे आरएसएस का है स्टेट शाखाएं, और वो सब इनको नियंत्रण रखेगा टेम्पल एसोसिएशन को। उसके हेड्स कौन बनेंगे? वहां पे कंट्रोवर्सी नहीं होगी। एक अयोध्या का जो तीर्थ बनाना था ना, उसमें भी मोदी जी को 10 से 20 बड़े बड़े आश्रमों से सभी संगठनों के हेड्स को नॉमिनेट करना पड़ा, ताकि कोई भी एक मठ इसके विरोध में नहीं आ जाए। इसलिए उनको 20 से अधिक लोगों को
एक्चुअली डिप्लोमेसी उस तरह की करनी चाहिए, करनी
डिप्लोमेसी,
पड़ेगी।
राइट,
Right.
डिप्लोमेसी,
यू अपॉइंट सम हेड्स, लाइक जैसे सदगुरु हैं, श्री श्री रविशंकर जी हैं, फिर अपने बहुत सारे जो मठ हैं, बड़े बड़े मठ हैं, जैसे
बड़े
कौन
बड़े
सा है, गोवर्धन मठ
जैसे
है,
अयोध्या तीर्थ में जो लोग अपॉइंट हुए हैं
अयोध्या
सभी
में
लोग।
है, फिर कर्नाटक
एक्चुअली
में भी कौन सा, तो
एक
आदि
नहीं, इसके
शंकराचार्य का कौन
ऊपर
सा
भी
मठ?
बहुत सारे
किनका?
मठ है, इसलिए इसके ऊपर भी मैं मुझे
शंकराचार्य।
कुछ बताना था। जैसे कि अगर हम बोलेंगे कि मठ, एक मठ, इट कांट बी जनरलाइज टू ऑल द मठ्स।
राइट,
नहीं, लीडिंग मतलब जो लोग ऑलरेडी इन्वॉल्व हैं किसी ना किसी एक्टिविटीज में।
नहीं अंशु, when we are telling them about forming a group, फर्स्ट वन लेवल एट ग्राउंड लेवल से एक पिरामिड की तरह होना चाहिए। एट ग्राउंड लेवल पे इट बी लाइक सी शिवाइट्स, विष्णवाइट्स, ऐसे कुछ अलग अलग मठ्स होते हैं, जैसे कि
आप शिवाइट्स और वैष्णवाइट्स
शंकर।
को सामने सामने खड़ा कर दो, इंडिया और पाकिस्तान की जरूरत नहीं है।
हाँ, दैट्स व्हाट। इसलिए इट्स लाइक मठ्स भी ऐसे ही है कि कुछ मठ जो है वो शिवाइट्स के फॉलोअर्स ये करते हैं मेंटेन, because the energies or whatever is there, that has to be done in that form only. And जो विष्णुवाइट्स के मठ है, जैसे कि मेलकोटे and all is विष्णुवाइट्स का, so that one Prakal Mutt is there, Parkal Mutt is there, then Melkote is there, some Srirangam is there, so those are like Vishnavites का, so that
अच्छा
has to
है
be
ना,
maintained in
ये
certain
जहाँ पे
form.
रेडी हो वो वहाँ पे केयर करें।
नहीं, that is what I'm trying to say is we have to form a group where they're talking only about, see, when they get into rituals and when they get into saying that this has to be done like this, right, then fight comes. It shouldn't be
Then
at that level. Whenever it's like, see, whenever we make a
I am
Vishnu,
talking about, let me just put my point. I'm talking about
yeah,
one
definitely.
small Jain temple in Mumbai where I live. Okay, we are only 30 to 40 families. Now the controversy is, in Jains there are 3 different rituals of Abhishekam on the Lord. So on the Lord's idol, we can do Panchamrit Abhishek like we do it in Gomteshwara. You must be knowing, Radhika ji.
मैंने भी देखा है।
Milk, curd,
milk
kesar,
curd, they do that.
There is one community within Jain community which says that we shouldn't be using milk, curd, kesar, flowers, everything like that. God doesn't need all of that. He only needs water.
Okay.
He that too he doesn't need. We can just wash his idol and clean it with water. That's all. They are very rigid against use of all the other panchamrit.
Okay. ये चीज सदगुरु ने भी बताई है कि हर डेटी का अपना एक रिक्वायरमेंट्स रहता है। तो जैसे आप बोल रहे हैं,
सिर्फ ये मैं कंप्लीट कर लेता हूँ, फिर मैं आप तक मैं आई सम इट अप। ये 30 फैमिलीज के अंदर कंसेंसस नहीं बन पाया है कि हम पंचामृत करने नहीं देंगे, उनके अगेंस्ट हम अभी तक उनको जोड़ नहीं पाए कि दे डोंट वांट पंचामृत अभिषेकम इन द टेंपल। Today we have a meeting because the authority, current authority in the place where I live has permitted कि okay, we will allow Panchamritam Abhishekam. Now you all can come join us and we will all do a meeting to build a new temple. ये सिर्फ कहाँ हो रहा है? 30-40 की फैमिली में, जहाँ पे विद इन जैन कम्युनिटी में सिर्फ ये 3 रिचुअल्स है. हम हिंदुइज्म की बात करेंगे जहाँ पे 100 से ज्यादा रिचुअल्स है. इनफैक्ट मैं 1000 बोलूं तो भी कम है.
नहीं, ये चीज मैंने अभी
रिसेंटली
सही बोले आपकी, जब 30-40 फैमिलीज के अंदर ही कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है और उसको रिजॉल्व करने के लिए ये इस तरह की मीटिंग्स हो रही हैं कि हाउ टू, कोई पंचामृत से पूजा करता है, कोई पंचामृत से नहीं करता, तो वो लोग को कंसेंसस लाने में टाइम लग रहा है. तो मैंने क्या सुना था जब सदगुरु बोले कि ऐसा बहुत जगह होता है कि सेम भगवान है, मतलब मान लो शिव जी हैं, विष्णु जी हैं, सेम भगवान के भी अलग अलग टाइप से अलग अलग जगह पे पूजा होती है. तो व्हाट वी डू इज, जिसकी जहाँ पे जो जरूरत है, जिस भगवान की जिस तरह की पूजा की आवश्यकता है, हम वही सिखाएं. हमको ऐसा कुछ स्टैंडर्डाइज करने की जरूरत नहीं है कि विष्णु जी की एक ही तरह से पूजा हो, शंकर जी की एक ही तरह. जैसे सबरीमाला इज अ वेरी स्पेशल एग्जाम्पल फॉर दैट, कि जहाँ पे अयप्पा जो भगवान है उनको ब्रह्मचारी की तरह उनकी स्थापना हुई है, राइट. लेकिन उन्हीं की स्थापना और बहुत सारे मंदिरों में भी है, वहां पे वो ब्रह्मचारी नहीं है, लेकिन सबरीमला में ही उनकी पूजा बहुत अलग तरह से होती है, बाकी जगहों पे अलग होती है.
नैष्टिक ब्रह्मचारी, he is called as नैष्टिक ब्रह्मचारी.
हाँ. तो जिधर पे जिस भगवान की जो आवश्यकता है वैसी पूजा हो, बस हमको उतना इंश्योर करना है. एंड वो होता है.
एक बात बतानी थी, because since we went in discrimination, it started off from there. Actually now if you see, most of the temples are like 100+ years old and already पूजा जो हो रही है वहां पे होती आ रही है. कोई उसको चेंज नहीं कर, no one is there to change it, nor we really want to change those things, right? Here only what we want to do is,
you really want to change कि कैसे पूजा हो रही है.
नहीं, we really don't want to change कैसे पूजा हो रही है, right? So कैसी हो रही है वैसी होती रहे. No one is telling that. Only what is the thing is, we have to get them all together on a common platform to discuss the common problem. Where it's not about discrimination, it's not about anything else. It's just about saying that our temples are under government taking, so we want to free them, and we will form जहाँ पे जिस टेम्पल का पूजा जैसे हो रही है वैसे ही होते रहे, and probably we can enlighten them in the sense, or say them that now things have changed, so they need not stick to Brahminism as such. Anyone can get trained themselves as a Brahmin and can become a Brahmin and can do a priest job in that temple. That can be one step.
Who will decide that?
No, that is what I'm telling. First thing is, we need not even get into that thing as of now, because our first evil that we have to fight against is the freeing the temples from the government clutches, right? And for that we need to have a stable organization for each temple.
और बहुत सारे मंदिरों की organizations हैं already. Lot of
already
have their own committees and all.
One example I would give, one positive example I would just like to give. उड़ीसा का कौन सा मठ है? नहीं, निश्चलानंद जी जहाँ बैठते हैं, आचार्य जी बैठते हैं, शंकराचार्य जी हैं, पूरी मठ. ठीक है. पूरी के जो मठ है वहां पे उन्होंने अभी 10 years पहले ही उसको फ्री कराया है. वहां के शंकराचार्य हैं, वो बहुत ही ट्रेडिशनल है, पॉलिटिकली ऑलवेज अनबायस्ड, पॉलिटिकली न्यूट्रल. ही कैन इवन क्वेश्चन ऑल द पार्टीज, इंक्लूडिंग एवरी संगठन, एवरी पार्टी. सो इज इंडिपेंडेंट फ्रॉम ऑल द पार्टीज. किसी से उनको फंडिंग नहीं आती है, ना किसी की वोट के लिए वो कुछ बोलते हैं. काफी इंडिपेंडेंट है, काफी हिंदू सेंट्रिक है. पूरी के मठ है और उनका वहाँ के शंकराचार्य है. पॉइंट ये है उन्होंने भी इसी तरह से फ्री करवाया है, लेकिन उसके लिए उनके पास अच्छा संगठन था जो आज की तारीख में मैनेज कर रहा है वैसे ही।
करेक्ट, दैट मीन्स अभी क्योंकि
Then I will tell my points.
गीता जी बोलिए।
I think yeah.
I'll
Anshu ji, once
forward
you are
these
done, you
points.
can give it over to Geeta ji. Yeah.
हाँ ठीक है, मैं समझ गया कि यू आर जस्ट बिफोर लेटिंग गीता जी ब्रिंग हर पॉइंट्स, मुझे ये याद आ रहा है कि जो साई दीपक जी हैं, आई थिंक एवरीबडी नोज हिम, ही इज एक्टिवली वर्किंग ऑन ट्राइंग टू गेट many temples free from local state governments, जहाँ पे भी वो काम कर रहे हैं, तमिलनाडु में है, कर्नाटक में है, केरला में है। तो he also has spoken something on these lines, but I don't remember very clearly कि उन्होंने क्या बताया था, मतलब when we talk about कि कौन मैनेज करेगा, who will manage this, या how do all the temples if you make them free, वो कैसे कंट्रोल होंगे। तो आई थिंक मैं कोशिश करता हूँ, वी विल ट्राई टू अप्रोच हिम एंड गेट हिम इनटू अ कॉल विथ अस, इफ ही कैन आल्सो एनलाइटन, दैट विल हेल्प, दैट शुड हेल्प कि व्हाट डज ही थिंक अबाउट इट, क्योंकि ही इज ऑलरेडी डूइंग इट एट अ नेशनल लेवल एंड ही इज अ सुप्रीम कोर्ट लॉयर ऑल्सो, जो कि बहुत ही बेनिफिशियल चीज है बिकॉज ही नोज laws as well, plus he is a very extremely Hindu centric जो उठाना चाहते हैं। So we will try that. I think we have some people who can get in touch with Sai Deepak
Actually,
ji
I have one pointer. I have one pointer. When you said that what will be the organization and other things, like there's a Gayatri Tapovan in Karnataka. So where most of the purohits in the small temples, they come to do the puja, right? They get the training from that Gayatri Tapovan.
Okay.
You see, there wherever such training centers are there, right? They can be a contact this thing centers. So basically, what I'm trying to say is like the Sangathan, whatever is there, it will be always a pyramid.
वो ठीक है, वो हम समझ गए, और कुछ ऐसी संस्थाएं ऑलरेडी हैं who are training people, जैसे गायत्री
who are
परिवार
training
है।
people, they will be in the topper layer of the pyramid, right? So whenever any kind of grouping of temples come under, like say these many temples are being managed by this, so there will be a higher mat above that those temples. You get what I'm trying to say? Like say for example Raghavan Swami Mat ka example leti hu, kyunki that is very straightforward and simple. They have branches all over Karnataka, and probably even in Delhi also they have. So but main branch is Mantralaya. Okay, and they have many branches all over Karnataka, right? And even the way they do puja and other things may vary little bit here and there based on the local influence. And the way it happens in Mantralaya will be slightly different. Okay, so when we say that, okay, when we free temples, who will take care of these smaller temples in the state? It will be finally the higher temple, which is in Mantralaya, which already has an organization, will be taking care of all these smaller temples, smaller mats.
Okay.
Okay, so similarly, like if you see, take Udupi ka jo mat hai, so unka bhi of there are smaller temples around Karnataka. So the main, it's like so the main will be, there will be some common point which are at the higher end, and then they will be managing the smaller temples around.
Okay, ठीक है, हम समझे थोड़ा थोड़ा जो आप बोल रहे हैं। अभी गीता जी को भी सुनते हैं।
हाँ.
Then we'll talk again.
Yeah. Before I start my points, I just want to make 2-3 not corrections exactly, but I just wanted to reiterate in a different way. Mr. Kapil said the Brahminism, the Brahminism is kind of a very stigmatized word as of now, as of the society we are living in. Being a Brahmin is become a kind of a bad word. It's become a slur. Being a Brahmin itself being a slur, it's become that
made
way.
into look like that. by
Yes.
the liberals, you can call.
Liberals.
So my point is that this Brahminism, the word that it has got so badly stigmatized. Actually, if you see the true meaning of Brahminism, it exists in all faiths. Even in Islam, if you can say the Brahminism exists, because Brahminism is nothing but elitist.
Knowledge.
The elite class is supposed to be, but
knowledgeable
it is
hai,
just irony that in our Hindu society, Brahmins are so poor. In Kannada and in Telugu also, they say Bada Brahmana. They say Bada Brahmana means Brahmana is associated with poverty. It is as good as that. It is a kind of a colloquial language where we use as a Bada Brahmana means it is just by default a Brahmin is supposed to be a poor person. So there is no elitism here. It's just a matter of knowledge, like you said. People who are knowledgeable are supposed to be Brahmins, but if you try to juxtapose it with other faiths like Islam and Christianity, the Islam especially, if you see the what do you call that? The sharafs or I don't know. They have their own elite class. I think the sharafs or something. Ashrafs. Ashrafs are like this Sherwani. What's her name? Sherwani, who keeps writing in Twitter and on handle. She writes for Wire also.
Arfa Khanum Sherwani.
Arfa Khanum. They're all supposed to be the elite class. And one particular YouTube channel, they were having a discussion with Pashmanda Muslims. So that man was so it was so like I felt like jumping with joy, because he was talking to the point and he hit the bullseye when he asked on the face of Ashra, that Sherwani, that why don't you people being supposed to be elite class, why don't you get married to us Pashmanda class? She literally ran away from that YouTube channel. So the elitism, the Brahminism exists in all faiths. It's just that the fault line which is existing within our Hindu society is so prominent, it is so profound that they are making use of this and trying to divide us. That is my main point. So Brahminism is nothing but its elite class which is existing in all faiths, and it is our and it is our duty to see that we expose these people. That elitism exists everywhere, and you all are exploiting your own people, your lower class people, their faith.
I wanted to add to this. Same on Brahmical thing I wanted to add. I thought I will be telling it later, but anyway, I'll tell, because since the Brahmical discussion is happening, basically why they singled out only Brahmins, why they didn't single out Kshatriyas, why they didn't single out landlords who are not Brahmins, Yadavas, for example. But the attack is always on the Brahmical, because they were the backbone of our society. The Brahmins were backbone. Any person, knowledgeable person in a sense, the person who was holding our Vedas, the person who knew our Vedas, who knew our texts by heart, right? So they just wanted to destroy our culture, and they can destroy our culture by destroying our ancient scripts. And that can be done only by attacking Brahmins, because they were the keeper of these scripts.
They are the carriers.
You can call them the custodians. Brahmins were the custodians of this ecosystem. That's what I was trying to say.
So they wanted to attack. That is the main. That was the main reason why they are singling out Brahmins. Because as Kapilji said, that discrimination is there at every place, at every state. In today's world also, if you see, discrimination is there with the status, right? The person who has more money will look down upon the person who doesn't have money. And black and white, if you go anywhere, discrimination we can see at every level and at all levels. But why only single out Brahmins? That is because they just want to break the Hindu ecology system.
I wanted to say that now this Black Lives Matter was going on. I think you must be knowing, you must be seeing all the YouTube channels, and you must be seeing the kind of propaganda that is being meted out. If you see Black Lives Matter, there's a perfect distinction. There you have the white people and the black people, especially in US. So the black people have traditionally been isolated, and they have been exploited, and they have been used as slaves in their society. That is, the distinction is very, very, you can make out the distinction in a, what do you call, in clearest terms. There is no, absolutely, there is no blurring of line there. So what they do is, these liberals and these, especially people like Jack Dorsey from Twitter, the CEO, what they do is they say Brahminical patriarchy has to be demolished. What they say is they appropriate Black Lives Matter with Muslims of Indian society. So it is absolutely nonsensical to imagine that blacks who have been treated as slaves. So what I was saying was, they're trying to appropriate the blacks who are there, who have been exploited and were treated like slaves, and they were bought and sold in the US society. They are appropriating that blacks as though we are treating minorities, that is especially the Muslims in India, which is absolutely nonsensical. So this distinction which is there, which has to be told to our own society, to Indian society, which is lacking. Because if you go down the strata of our society, I think 60 to 65 to 70% of the people that are not aware about all these social media nonsense. They don't read. They just have a Android phone, and maximum they see some channels here. Now that the TikTok has also got banned, they're maximum able to see certain channels, and they're able to get a fair idea about what is happening in Hindu society. But making this absolute slice of what do you call Black Lives Matter kind of a nonsensical appropriation to Indian society is very stark. That point has to be trickled down to our society. That's what my main point is, which is not reaching. Because the lower strata, the economically backward sections, do not have an idea about what is happening. They generally know that Modi is there as a representation of Hindu society, and they're just blindly following, because now there is a kind of a Hindu uprising. People are learning more about Hindu society, our heroes, our scriptures. They're all profound and a lot of wisdom. They're able to realize that. It's there as a in a gray matter. They're able to somewhat have an idea as to what we are trying to say. But actual distinction is to this stark ground realities which is happening, no, that is not reaching. So that confused aspect has to be removed. That is my main point. So Brahminism is existing everywhere. Only thing is we have to tell them that, remove the word Brahmin. Elitism is available everywhere. So that they have to know. That is my main point. Second
so if
point,
a liberal uses Brahmin word, then we have to very strongly come on them that this is not about Brahminism. You are talking about elitism, and do not use wrong words. So we have to come strongly on such people wherever they are, whether it is social media or even in front of you. Sometimes you find people right in front of you arguing about these things.
Yes,
no, actually, one of my friend argued about this. So basically, one of my friend, when she argued that in India, caste system has been there always. So for her, I had to tell that there were only 4 varnas, and interchange of varnas happened at that time also. In the sense, like Valmiki was not a sage or was not a Brahmin, right? But yet he wrote the Ramayana. So there are many sages like this who were not Brahmin, but by their conduct and by their they had that hunger for knowledge, which they did the sadhana and they got the knowledge, and they became Brahmin.
We will have to say, not like they were not Brahmins. You would want to say that they were not Brahmin by birth.
But yeah, definitely. They were not Brahmin by birth. That is what I meant. When I told my friend that, when I told
anybody can become a Brahmin once they attain a certain sadhana and knowledge. Our society starts calling them, or it's like a status. Brahmin is a status. Kshatriya is a status. Shudra is a status. There is nothing about low or high.
All these things changed only when invasion started in India. the kind of this thing analogy I have analysis I have made is like up to Mughals invaded India, the things were just with the 4 Varnas. After Mughals started invading India, they saw threat that our scripts and our heritage will be destroyed. That's when the certain communities started withdrawing themselves from everyone else, because they didn't wanted to dilute their heritage or their culture or their process of life. The moment they start mingling with others, it would get diluted. They didn't wanted that happen when the Mughal invasion started, because that was happening at force.
Okay, so abhi
Radhika ji, I just wanted to.
So basically, then it started slowly becoming more hard, and then they became very strict on saying that, okay, if a Brahmin is there, then they will do these things. They won't drink water there. They won't talk to these people, or they won't allow these kind of people to come in. And those kind of things have happened during invasions. Then afterwards, Britishers, then they came and they started exploiting this, and they gave more discrimination ideas to the society. So basically, what I feel is like anyone can be a Brahmin. Brahmin need not be by birth. There are examples where people were not by Brahmin by birth, but yet they attained Brahminical. So whenever anyone argues saying that Brahmin means okay, discrimination you do and other things, it's not a class. It's about, it's same like today. If you want to join some elite class, you want to earn money, you have to earn money. Then you will be called rich, then you will join some elite class. Similarly, if you want to join a Brahminical class, so you attain it by doing sadhana and by doing
certain things.
Yeah, certain things. No one is stopping anyone from doing anything, right? So why name calling and why finger pointing? If you are interested in becoming a Brahmin, go ahead and become a Brahmin. You have to do certain sadhana, you have to take certain training.
Radhika ji, I just wanted to submit my point here. See, all that we understand, that, it's a little bit of like, knowledge we all have gained. Like, I'm sure, we all have gained knowledge by reading, by hearing people telling us that, how it all happened, how this Varna system took place, and how the caste system was introduced by the Britishers, how the Mughal, invaded us, and how they desecrated and destroyed our temples. All that we understand. But if you actually see the point we're talking about, main issue was free temples.
Yeah.
So my main point was that, if you go, let us say that, we consider ourselves as a kind of elite, because by default we have been made as an elite class. And because we are slightly knowledgeable about all this. But what my concern is the 80 to 85% of the Hindu society are under the economically weaker sections. These people don't know anything. They don't know what is happening. They are very, prone to getting converted to Christianity or Islam mainly by lure of money or giving some kind of a land or some kind of education. They are lured for all these purposes. So the target audience should be that. For that purposes, we have to make our communication as simple as possible. We cannot tell them that, these Varna systems were there, Brahmins, Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishya were all there. They are not going to understand all these things. They are very, very limited. They have very limited knowledge, and we must be able to not attack. We must be able to reach out to them with simple terms as to like in how these liberals and these communist people, they have a very great talent of branding people, labeling people. So we must, I'm not saying that we must copy them, but we must also devise certain words and phrases where we are able to reach out to the economically weaker sections of Hindu society in a simple term. So that was one point. I just wanted to add one story here to what Mr. Radhika was telling. That, there's one story this Sai Deepak was telling one of the channels. I believe in Sringeri Matam. The temple is running since ages, since centuries, since Adi Shankaracharya established the Matam there in Sringeri Matam. So the ecosystem was so nicely developed that because our Hindu knowledge is a part of nature. We actually worship the nature, and that's why it's called as the way of life. We don't consider it as a religion, but ours is a way of life because we are part of the nature, and we pray to our nature depending on the seasons. Summer season we have certain festivals, some winter season we have certain festivals, the monsoon we have certain festivals, and we are in tandem with the nature. That is our religion. So coming to that, when Adi Shankaracharya established the Mutt in Sringeri Mattam, the ecosystem was so beautifully managed because the temple needs firewood. One of the main ingredients for running the temple, they need firewood. So these people, Adivasis who were living in the forest, they were so well knowledgeable with the existence of the plants and the fauna existing in this temple, in this forest close to the temple, that they would give the entire responsibility to the Adivasi group, saying that you give us the firewood for us, because they would know which firewood is required for the temple havan and for the preparation of the food. And they would know, even if they cut down one tree, they would know how to rebalance it by growing that particular type of plants. So they would have so much of knowledge about the forest, what conditions it will grow, what is the climatic conditions existing there. They had so much of knowledge, the Adivasi cult. So that ecosystem
was talking about it.
Yes,
I remember.
So, and they would give the firewood and the food prepared. When continuously there was an ecosystem where there's a to and fro symbiotic system where the Adivasis would help the temple and the temple will help the Adivasi group. That's how the ecosystem existed. Now, recently, as recent as 1800s or 1900s, Britishers came. They have the missionaries have gone there and they have started converting the entire Adivasi group, so that that system gets broken. So now what's happening? They are destroying the forest.
And when we say they are providing wood, people start thinking that somebody is cutting a tree, which is not really the case. When Adivasis provide wood, they normally provide the branches of a tree, which do not damage the tree. And most of it is actually already fallen down on the ground. They collect that first. Then, if required, they would cut a few branches from a tree, but they will never destroy the original tree. So the original tree is constantly growing.
They have to cut down a tree or something. They know how to rebuild it back. Which are all the the seeds which they have to use, how to grow the forest back, or how to grow the species back. So they had so much of knowledge. So this kind of a symbiotic relationship is there. The main target of these missionaries and even the Islamic invaders, they wanted to cut this ecosystem, and they have done. They have done to a large extent. So this Adivasis group have now cut away from the Sringeri ecosystem. So there's an imbalance now, because now the forests are not being taken care of. The forests are getting destroyed. There's a lot of deforestation happening in the Western Ghats where Sringeri Mattam is there. So it is having a rippling effect.
It was two ways also, that the Mattha would pay the Adivasis for the wood and Adivasis are providing the wood. So it is both ways it is working, that they are getting...
They all have symbiotic relationship. So
but
that
now
is, so you can imagine the kind of the mindset which they have, that they want to attack the core issues which is available within our ecosystem. And we all have been blind. We all, including me, I didn't know all these things. Now recently,
now only we are waking up, I guess. If we were aware when we were, say, children, so maybe we would have done few things earlier, but
so now we've destroyed our own ecosystem to a large extent. So reversing that and making a U-turn is going to be a mammoth task. So that is the task on hand we have. That is the task we have. So I will tell you my few points, which, like I told you, Anshuji, that my own people, my own gang of people who are there, we are also working on these freeing temples. But there's a very big idea which is there.
Bring your gang to this meeting. that is why we have this meeting. We'll have it again next week. Whoever wants to invite some more people who are working on this actively, let us call them.
So this the task on hand, it is a incumbent of our Hindu society to give it back to our own people. It is responsibility on our shoulders, which we have to do it. But it might take 1 or 2 generations or something, but we have to start it right now because the damage has been done a lot. Too much of damage has been done. How we are going to do it is something which we all have to talk about and discuss, and it is just a kind of a movement which has to start. This is not going to be easy. And saying free temples movement and having a hashtag in Twitter and all is not going to work because it's a very big movement. And this Indic Collective, I would urge you and Mr. Kapil and Ms. Jadika also to register with Indic Collective. Indic Collective is a group of people, like there is Mr. T.R. Ramesh, Jay Sai Deepak, then there's Ravi Lochan and Iyengar. There are many other people. They are all working for this purpose only.
Indic Collection, I had gone to that web page and I had written they said, right, why you want to join Indic Collection? That kind of a question comes there.
Yes.
So I had answered that and I had added myself, but I never got any response.
Because they are little busy right now because the kind of work that if you see the Indic Collective page, they are doing a lot of work, you know. So they
that's why.
Time. Yeah,
that's why I was really, I really wanted to join them. So
is it a Facebook
they said, how you can,
or is it a separate group?
It was website. They have a website wherein
it's a group. It's a channel website.
Okay, it's a separate group. Not a. You are not talking about a Facebook group, right?
What group?
Facebook group.
They must be in Facebook actually. But Indic Channel Collective is a website where day-to-day activities are uploaded there. You will come to know as to what they are doing. They are doing a lot of massive work, especially for freeing temples. So this particular point which I wanted to say is that, you know, every single town or a city which is there, like if you take where I live, Bangalore, we have around 35 to 40,000 temples. So, and each one is divided into Vaishnavite temples, Shaivite temples, and the Shakta temples also. And there are Mariamma temples, you know, which are maintained by the, what do you call the non-Brahmins, and the particular sect of people who manage only Mariamma temples. So there are 4 types of temples which is there. So a kind of a, if at all, let us say, God willing, that Supreme Court decides to say that, you know, we are freeing the temples and you Hindu community manage the temples. So the big task is how are we going to manage? Like somebody was telling that even in, Mr. Kapil was telling, even in a small group of whatever families, few group of families, 30, 40 families have a problem, you know, how to manage one particular Abhishekam and all that. Just imagine the kind of differences and which will be there, and especially ego hassles. A lot of ego hassles I've seen in one temple, in Umameshwari temple in Jayanagar, which we have. There is a small trust which they own, privately managed. They went to the court because the secretary and the president or something had an ego hassle about the management of funds, and they went to the court. So you can imagine the kind of ego issues they all have. So it's a small temple as Umameshwari temple has got. Just imagine the kind of the huge task, Herculean task which we have on hand, where we have to appease everybody's, agree with everybody's opinions, then agree to disagree with their opinions. All these things have to be done. It's a very, very Herculean task. The thing is, you know, what we thought, you know, there should be a minimum of 4 or 5 trusts within one particular town and locality, where all these different sampradaya, which is there, the Shaivite sampradaya, Vaishnava sampradaya, Shakta sampradaya, the Mariamma temple sampradaya, all have to be has to come under one umbrella or a maximum of 2 or 3 trusts, where they know about 10 to 15,000 temples can come under one trust. That way we have to make so many other trusts. So even if the day comes when Supreme Court decides to hand over the temples, we are ready with a kind of a blueprint saying that, okay, now we are all ready with these kind of trusts. You please hand over the temples. So that kind of has to be formed. But for that, we need a kind of a movement where all of us have to come together and we all have to agree that, we are Hinduism and Hindu society is at the brink of collapse. There are external agencies, vested interests are trying to take advantage of the fault lines, and we have to understand all this. And this point has to trickle down the economic weaker sections where they don't have an idea as to what is happening. They just have a vague idea of what Hindu society means. So it has to go till that. That is a mammoth task, and that is what we all have to be warriors, and we have to take the message down the society.
Yeah.
That is my submission.
Yeah.
Right.
Anshuji,
Now
can I
we
tell
can
about
also see when Vinayak ji also joined. I think it is Vinayak ji.
Yeah, Vinayak ji.
Vinayak ji.
नमस्ते विनायक जी.
हाँ राधिका जी, आप कुछ बोल रही थी.
जो मैंने पॉइंट्स बनाया था, तो shall I tell about those points or we'll discuss and last I will tell. Inside, as I said earlier.
बोलिए.
Okay. So it's basically since as Geeta ji said that it's a very big movement. It's understandable that it's a very massive. It's just not big; it's really massive. So managing such massive movement becomes very difficult. First thing is to get awareness itself is a difficult task. If you see, like free temples has been happening since 3-4 years, but still at local level, if you go and talk to any priest or something, they're still unaware of anything happening. Even if you tell like a person like me also, if they'll tell ki free temple, if someone will talk, I'll tell ki yeah, I want to really work on free temples. It should we should free temple. But at the end of it, what happens is like, yeah, what to do next? There should be some action plan. There should be some kind of saying that, okay, let's get awareness first. And then let's form kind of groups of temple priests. Basically, they are the main people who are getting affected. Then secondly would be people ecosystem jo provide karne wale people hai, they will get affected. The main worst is priests on daily basis. Yeah. They are on daily.
More priests, in Bangalore especially. In Bangalore especially, I have noticed, I mean, at least the observation is that, certain temples which are there maintained by a group called Gaudas. They are non-Brahmins, but they are very devoted to whichever temple they are, and they are running through their generations. It is their fathers and forefathers who have been running the temple, but they keep a Brahmin priests. The priests are not the exact problem, maybe in Bangalore. So that's also another thing which we have to think about.
No. When I say
the problem existing with the priests, it's actually the problem is existing with the coordination between the temples. If the temple is being run by a Gauda and another temple which is being run by a Brahmin, let us say, the coordination has to be with these temples. That understanding has to come that, since there's a very large, macro level movement which has to start. First, there has to be coordination between these two temples. So this one, but like I cited the example of Uma Maheshwari temple, it's a trust. It's called as Uma Maheshwari Trust, which is being run in Jayanagar. So that trust, and there's another temple which is close to my house, which is run by a Gauda, but they're managed by the Sampradaya is being maintained by Brahmin priests. The coordination has to come, and that message which has to reach both of the parties, that we all have to do, I'm saying. So each and every single individual who feels for our society has to become a warrior and connect between the two. So when you connect, make a network, you have to create this network of temples. First, we have to create the network with the trusts and a simple temple and a very big. There's another temple called as Devagiri temple again in Hoskare. It's a very massive Vaishnava temple, Vishnu temple. So they are having lands also. They are very wealthy also. So that kind of a thing, that's a Vaishnava coming under the umbrella of Vaishnavism. So that network has to be formed first. That the baby steps is that that has to be formed first.
Yeah, that was the point I was trying to make, in the sense like still there are many people, I can say like hardly 20% people must be aware that such a thing is happening. Rest of them are still not aware that such a thing is happening. Even if they are aware, they don't know how they can contribute to. So first thing would be like make a,
we are the group. ठीक है, अभी has to be formed को भूल जाइए. This is the group. ठीक है, you can consider our Bharat Mata group, you can consider our string group.
no, what happens
अपने आप को हम group मान सकते हैं. ठीक है. Now what is the next? जो आप बोलती हैं कि क्या होना चाहिए? Do you have some actions ready, written down? I remember you आपने कुछ लिखा था already.
हाँ. First thing is that like get these groups, okay, based on region and languages, because everything depends on that. Then afterwards we need to prepare flyers about how temples are being destroyed and how like I told, right, like string का जो last episode आया था, episode 8 on R.K. Tenali Ram का जो episode 8 था, उसमें endowment act really neatly explained. So something like that clip we can take and translate it in multiple languages, local languages. And then at the end of that clip, we can give the list of saying that what action they can take, either like joining a certain group or saying that creating an awareness among the people who will visit that temple. And also the thing is like, okay, once people will start, what would be our next step? In the sense, temples are freed and group is formed, then what? We are actually aiming at a Gurukul system. What earlier it was, what a temple was earlier, like a Gurukul system, a finance state, right? A temple would manage even the financial thing, like where they would help people financially, where they would give education, where it would be like a library, those kind of a thing, right? So when we are telling free temples, we are asking to be temples to be freed because we want a base, a structure wherein people will learn about Hinduism, what it was, how it was, and about our scripts. And also there will be like these days, also, till today also, many temples do provide free food for anyone coming to the temple. There no religion is asked, no caste is asked. Anyone who comes to temple can get prasada, right? And even the travelers, many temples, many big temples where they do provide food. So basically these kind of awareness can be brought into the points and say like, this is what the ultimate aim is. And for that aim, we have to free temples, and to free, after freeing temples, we have to have a group which will manage temples. Or smaller groups, then
मुझे लगता है कि group पहले से बन जाना चाहिए, because once you free temples, then you don't want to dig a well when you are thirsty.
Definitely, shouldn't be a
chaos. You want to have the well ready कि जैसे ही ये होगा, and because with that group we can also contribute to helping free the temple.
Yeah, exactly.
And then once
so
it is free,
my
then
point is,
बोलिए रीता जी.
So my point is, sorry, yeah, continue.
Yeah, means basically when we say that local groups have to be formed of these temples, in these groups, right, there should be a frequent talks arranged, discussions arranged with plan of actions. Because when that movement has to, some movement has to get momentum, means there should be a kind of discussions and plans should be happening, and everyone should be on the same page among the groups.
So yes,
so like you said, if that the last step would be the Supreme Court order to releasing temples. That is
because because releasing the temple, they have been fighting since 3-4 years and still it is not happening, because that momentum has not caught up, one thing, and people are still not aware. So to bring them to one thing platform, it means we have to come up with a smaller group based on areas and temples in those areas, and then there will be a larger group which will have a group of groups.
Yeah, so what we have to do is baby step, I think, is start
Hmm.
forming WhatsApp groups of
Yeah.
small temples in around your area.
Yeah.
Like you and Anshuji and Kapilji.
Telegram,
we have
Telegram.
to go.
I am for Telegram.
Sorry?
I am more for Telegram because
Telegram.
groups,
Yeah.
groups में restrictions नहीं है, only 250 people and all that is not there. So you can
Yes,
have
but
unlimited.
like I said, I have 2-3 temples around my place which are maintained by Gaudas, but it's a very small temple. You just have Ganesh Ji and Subramanya and all that. Very small temple, very limited people, and the area that with the temple which is there, they're all very lower, economically weaker section Hindus come there. So they are aware of WhatsApp. They don't know about it. That's another small little glitch we have. They're aware about WhatsApp groups. So whether it is Telegram or WhatsApp, we should form groups. First, bring all of them in the group and say that this is the kind of a movement, and this has to start from scratch. Because if the big mountain of free temples has to come from Supreme Court, we have to start with a small pebble. So we
और
have to
एक
form
और
groups.
बहुत important चीज है कि most people in the country are not on social media. ठीक है, तो
Yes.
Vinayak ji mentioned something very important yesterday, and we have he is already doing a lot of things on the ground. So when we spot a temple, when he spots a temple, and there is a group of people who do this, कोई भी ऐसा temple दिखता है where it looks like बहुत ही ओल्ड हो गया है या पेंट वेंट ठीक से नहीं किया है, not much is happening, so then they go to that area, talk to the people around कि we want to restore this temple, do you have any issues, because we want to help, and then we actually restore that temple. Restore in the sense पूरा paint and then make it look like there is some nice festival or festival time already है right now. So you decorate it with paint and then flowers and make sure pujas also start happening if there is any irregularity. And they also arrange for drinking water near the temple, and sitting places. कोई भी आके if people want to sit inside, so make sure कि those basic things are there. So we are going on the ground also. So this is also important कि although we form groups, we can call these groups as driving groups. ठीक है, but finally you still have to go on the ground and get more people connected. Even if they are not on social media, you will still need to connect with them either on a personal basis, or you can discover your own ways, because every place works differently.
Anshu, don't you think like there should be in a two-phase kind of a thing? First thing means like if our aim is to say for a layman, okay, people who go to temple just for devotion and for puja, okay, involving them at this level into this kind of discussions would become like too diverse. Like a lot of people giving different.
This level. That is why I said that driving group is different, which is involved in these discussions. जो कि हम digital platforms पे हो सकता है. But
what I have one small point here. More than contacting the devotees as of now.
Yeah.
I think my point is not that we are not going to contact the devotees.
Yeah.
The main target should be the temple trusts or the people who manage the temples. So even the smallest of temples, let us first create a network of those people who manage the temple. Like Anshuji said that they ask us some small temple where there's a ball which is got broken and they want to restore it or something. We have to find out whether the temple is being managed by somebody. Somebody is managing the accounts. Somebody is managing the, the water or administrative aspect. Is there anybody managing all those things? Those people we have to connect. We have to form a network of temples, small temples. Now, right now, we are not going to target the devotees because I think the
so now Vinayak ji may tell us.
They give the word.
Correct. Understood. Now Vinayak ji may speak about this because he is already going to many temples and discussing these things around the that area. So maybe he can help us understand ki what normally happens, what is his experience. So Vinayak ji.
जी अंशु भाई, am I audible?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
Thank you for allowing me in this meeting. और मैं बातें सुन रहा था आप लोगों की.
That you came here because you are already working on the ground. So tell us about your
ऐसी
experience.
टीम बनती जाती है.
Correct.
जी हमारी टीम भी कुछ ज्यादा पुरानी नहीं है. हम लोग भी सिर्फ सोशल वॉरियर्स ही थे और सोशल मीडिया वॉरियर्स. और फिर पता चला कि जो भी हम कंटेंट डाल रहे हैं उसका कुछ इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं हो रहा है. इसके लिए अभी कुछ इनिशिएटिव लिए और बंदे हम लोग ढूंढ रहे ऑल ओवर इंडिया. कुछ बंदे बाहर भी है, मैंने अंशु जी आपको बताया ऑलरेडी.
करेक्ट.
तो
राधिका जी
महीने
इज
पहले
डूइंग गुड पोस्टर्स. तो यदि आपको जरूरत पड़े तो यू कैन कांटेक्ट राधिका जी आल्सो. शी इज स्टार्टिंग टू डू पोस्टर्स. जो भी टॉपिक हो, मेनली अभी टेम्पल्स के लिए वो बनाने की कोशिश कर रही हैं. तो
जी
थीम डिस्कस कर सकते हैं और बना सकते हैं.
चलेगा, मैं कुछ भी रहेगा तो मैं बता दूंगा आपको.
ठीक है. आप
तो बेसिकली मेरा टीम का ये था कि जो हिंदू सोसाइटी फेस कर रही है कि दूसरे सोसाइटी के जो लोग हैं ना, वो हमारे लोगों को आसानी से भटका रहे हैं. बहुत ही इजीली हमारे माइथोलॉजी के ऊपर कोई भी सिली क्वेश्चंस उठा के हमारे रिलीजन को तोड़ने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, मेजॉरिटी को तोड़ने की कोशिश कर रहे, कन्वर्ट किए जा रहे हैं. तो ये भी रोकना है. और इसका मेन रीजन ये हो रहा है ना कि हम लोग उतने अवेयर नहीं है, नहीं हम लोग हमारे बच्चे लोग को अवेयर कर रहे हैं. और बाकी के रिलीजन देखेंगे ना आप,
हमको ही अवेयर होना बहुत
बराबर. बाकी के रिलीजन है ना बहुत ही ज्यादा वेल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड प्रोपोगेंडा या फिर बोल सकते हैं बहुत ही वेल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड कंपनीज जैसे काम कर रहे हैं कि उनकी हफ्ते में एक बार मीटिंग होगी. एक तो संडे को करते हैं और कुछ लोग फ्राइडेज को करते हैं और पूरा प्रोपोगेंडा उसी दिन बनाया जाता है हमारे खिलाफ. तो हम लोगों का भी मोटिव यही है. गांव में हम लोग जब जाते हैं ना, बहुत ही खराब परिस्थिति में मंदिर दिखते हैं हमें वहां पे, जहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है, बस पत्थर रख दिया है, वो उसको ही लोग टीका लगा रहे, लेकिन उनकी मान्यता है और सब लोग पैसों के पीछे भाग रहे, कोई मंदिर का रिस्टोरेशन नहीं कर रहा है. तो हम लोग ऐसा इनिशिएटिव ले रहे हैं कि थोड़ा बहुत मंदिर को मेंटेनेंस और रिपेयरिंग कर दिए जाए और वहां पे टीम बना के उन लोगों को ही पूरा आगे का जिम्मेदारी सौंपनी है और उनको ही इन्वॉल्व करना है. और फिर कभी कभी जाके मीटिंग में उनको ये जो अदर कम्युनिटी के लोग हैं उनके बारे में भी अवेयर करना है. तो इससे होगा कि हमारा जो कम्युनिटी है वो ओवरऑल स्ट्रांग बनते जाएगा. और फिर जो भी डिमांड्स है सुप्रीम कोर्ट से, हम लोग इजीली कर सकते हैं पावर दिखा के.
करेक्ट. वही ऐसी कम्युनिटी ओवरऑल हमको ऑल ओवर द कंट्री बनानी पड़ेगी धीरे धीरे करके. कनेक्टिंग एवरी विलेज, कनेक्टिंग एवरी टेम्पल, सो दैट जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट के लेवल के डिस्कशंस हो तब वी ऑलरेडी नो कि वी हैव सच अ बिग कम्युनिटी ऑलरेडी रेडी कि वो हम पूरा सब संभाल पाएंगे. We are ready to take care of our temples. We don't need anybody to give decisions.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी इतना लाइटली इसीलिए ले रहा है ना क्योंकि वो लोग देख रहे कि ये हिंदू सोसाइटी यूनाइटेड नहीं है, कोई आगे आता ही नहीं है करने की.
Who will represent? हाँ, साई दीपक जी भी वही बोल रहे थे ना कि कोर्ट तक कोई बात पहुंची उसका मतलब है कि इट इज ऑलरेडी आउट ऑफ योर कम्युनिटीज हैंड्स, जो कि नहीं होना चाहिए. When you respond as a community, as a society, तो कोर्ट तक कोई बात जाएगी ही नहीं.
जी
करेक्ट है. वी हैव टू. तो आपका लास्ट कोई भी एक्सपीरियंस आप बताएंगे व्हेन यू एक्चुअली कनेक्टेड विद सम टेंपल, कोई टेंपल के आसपास के गांव से?
आपको बताया कि मैं
फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ एवरीबॉडी एल्स, यदि आप शेयर करेंगे तो सब.
जी नेटवर्क में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है.
ओके. नहीं, अभी आ रही है आवाज आपकी, चलेगा.
नेटवर्क वॉइस ब्रेक हो रहा था. हेलो.
ओके. अभी आ रही है आवाज?
जी बोलो.
हाँ. तो आपका जो भी लास्ट एक्सपीरियंस है कि व्हाट एक्चुअली हैपेंड ऑन द ग्राउंड, जब आपने किसी विलेज में अप्रोच किया, बात किया, हाउ डिड इट गो, कैसे हुआ, कैसे किया, आप शेयर कर सकते हैं?
बहुत ही अच्छा पॉजिटिव रिस्पांस था. लोग वहाँ के खुश हुए, वो जो पंच थे गांव के वो खुश हुए. उन्होंने उनके सरपंच को भी कॉल करके बोल दिया कि ऐसे बंदे आए हैं जिनको अपने गांव के मंदिरों के लिए कुछ करना है. फिर मैंने पूरा थोड़ा बहुत उन्हें प्लान बता दिया कैसे करना है, कि हम लोग कंस्ट्रक्शन भी आपके लोगों से करवाएंगे ताकि आपके लोगों की इनकम बढ़े, और ट्रेडिशनल वे में करना है उसे कुछ थोड़ा। तो वो लोग का इन्वॉल्वमेंट बहुत ज्यादा हो गया अभी इस चीज को लेके। और फिर वो तो ये भी बोल रहे कि अभी जब भी यहाँ की सरपंच की मीटिंग होगी तो उसमें आपको भी बुला दिया जाएगा।
ओके, बहुत बढ़िया।
लोगों का इन्वॉल्व, देखो रिलीजन के साथ साथ एक इकोनॉमिकल स्टेबिलिटी भी चाहिए, तो इसके लिए हम लोग ये भी कर रहे हैं ना गाँव में। जैसे आपको मैंने बताई ये बात कल भी, कि गाँव वालों की इनकम बढ़नी चाहिए, और ये करने के लिए हम लोगों को जो वेस्ट रिसाइकल मैनेजमेंट होता है वो स्मॉल स्केल पे हर एक गांव में वो मशीनरीज देके जानी है, कि उनका जो वेस्ट होता है वो वहां पे ही रिसाइकल करे और कुछ फर्टिलाइजर बनाए या कुछ और चीजें बनाए जिससे उनकी इनकम बढ़े, क्योंकि मेट्रो सिटीज के बाहर डंपिंग ग्राउंड कहीं पर भी नहीं है। ये भी रीजन हो सकता है कि वेस्ट जब हम डंप करते हैं हमारे खेतों में, तो कल्टीवेशन का जो होता पुराने जमाने में जैसे होता रहेगा वैसा तो अभी नहीं हो रहा है, करके उनको लॉस भी फेस करना पड़ता रहेगा, और फिर यही लोग आते हैं मेट्रो सिटीज में और फिर
विनायक जी शायद डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए थे। विनायक जी, आपको हमारी आवाज आ रही है?
जी जी, हेलो, मैं डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था अचानक से,
ड्रॉप हो गए शायद। बोलिए।
हाँ हाँ, यही फिर मोटिव है कि रिलीजन के साथ साथ उनको एक इकोनॉमिक स्टेबिलिटी भी देनी है जहाँ पे जरूरत फील हो, और फिर ये ऐसी सोसाइटी स्ट्रांग बनेगी, क्योंकि बाकी के कम्युनिटी के लोग क्या क्या करते हैं उनके कम्युनिटी को स्ट्रांग बनाने के लिए, वो आपको भी पता है कितना सारा फंड बाहर से आ रहा है, और कितने उनके बड़े लोग, आपने तो वो जॉर्ज सोरोस का भी नाम सुना हो।
किसका किसका नाम विनायक जी?
जॉर्ज सोरोस।
उनका कुछ माइक का प्रॉब्लम हो गया होगा।
विनायक जी की आवाज फिर से
आपको आ रही है आवाज?
हाँ अभी आ रही।
हाँ सर, वही जॉर्ज सोरोस का नाम आपने सुना ही होगा।
हाँ, वो तो बहुत बड़ा विलेन है ऑलरेडी।
हाँ, तो जो बंदा इंडिया में हर साल इतने ज्यादा अमाउंट भेज सकता है, तो हमें भी कुछ रिटेलिएट करने के लिए सर ग्राउंड लेवल पे करेंगे तो बहुत हो जाएगा।
करेक्ट। तो
So,
अच्छा पॉइंट आपने बताया कि बिकॉज व्हेन वी अप्रोच अ विलेज पीपल जहाँ पे हम टेम्पल के लिए काम कर रहे हैं, तो इट इज गुड कि हम उनके लिए दूसरा चीजों में भी हेल्प कर सकें, विच इज वेरी वेरी बिग पॉइंट। वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट जो है गांव में कैसे हो रहा है, एंड इफ दे नीड, यदि कहीं पे जरूरत है तो हम डेफिनेटली उनके लिए प्लान दे सकते हैं। तो और अभी मैं एक्चुअली अपनी टीम से वो चीज़ें डिस्कस कर रहा हूँ, तो जैसे ही मुझे एक प्रॉपर प्लान मिलेगा वो मैं भी आपको बताऊंगा, सो दैट, क्योंकि हम ग्राउंड पे काम करते हैं, एक्चुअली गांव में जाके काम करते हैं, तो वी कैन स्टार्ट गिविंग द विलेजेस दोज दैट इकोनॉमिकल सॉल्यूशन भी रहेगा। उससे बिना ज़्यादा खर्चा किए गांव अपना पूरा वेस्ट तो मैनेज कर पाएगा, रिसाइकलिंग और व्हाटएवर।
जी बिल्कुल। Yes.
Anshiji, I have to go to eat our lunch. My family is waiting.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। थैंक यू गीता जी। अभी हम सभी लोग शायद,
थैंक यू फॉर इनवाइटिंग मी फॉर दिस
इट इज गुड कि अभी हम लोग कनेक्ट हुए हैं, तो लेट अस मीट नेक्स्ट संडे आल्सो। तब तक व्हाटएवर एक्शंस दैट यू थिंक आर रिक्वायर्ड, उनको भी आप अपने अपने लेवल पे रेडी कर लीजिए, एंड लेट अस टॉक नेक्स्ट वीक।
Yes, sure.
We will try to
and some more
connect
points
with
are there
Sai
which I missed out
Deepak ji
today.
also.
Next week I'll want to tell, and let us see what your opinions are about that.
Next week we will have more organized, in the sense we will have like one by one speakers, so that everybody gets their own time to speak and bring up a discussion. Okay, so chaliye, thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let us meet.
Thank you, Anshu ji.
Nice talking to you all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Same here.